Hello, this is Shellmaster Julius, and it is May 25th, 1925. And what you're looking at today is my one half, meaning it's not the whole thing, of my bivalve collection. And I have been collecting shells on Boca Grande since 1995, and this is a peek of some of the stuff that I have been collecting since that time, sitting in the drawer. We're going to get closer to look at some of them and look at all the colors that we have. What you see in the sort of left-hand column over in here is what would be called the calico scallops, which are the various patterns and colors. And then as you get closer down to some of the more solid colors, and you see these yellows here, which are all part of what is called as rough scallops. They are very hard to find. Yellow is the hardest color to find. That's why I've got them in there. And you can see some of the colors. And there, if you look towards the lower part, is actually a scaly scallops. That's the orange one at the bottom in the center, and the one a little bit in the pink above it. And you can see the some of the other colors. The black is unusual to see that. And let's see what else that we have in here that's unusual. The most hardest one that I have found is this one right there, and that is called an Atlantic groove macoma, or macama. And I have the only one that I've ever found on this island. You notice the little groove on the left side, which makes it so unusual from the rest of the shells. And we're talking about shells. We have over here on the right, there is a bay scallop. That's another one. And then you have, looking down here, what is this? This is what everybody is trying to find. That's the lion's paw. And you can see coming over here what looks like called either a zigzag scallop, which is the one that is right there in the center, and right below it is called a rounded rib scallop. And if you look very closely, you can see the rounded ribs, which are sticking up a little bit more than the others. And we're just looking at some of the shells. And then as we come in the back here, very back, I don't know if we can get it, there we go. You see on the right is called a Morton's egg cockle, and you see a little bitty one right below it with the lines on it. Then to the left of that, as you look at it, is the regular one that you would find as an egg cockle. And to the left of that is one that I haven't found, is the only one I've found, which is sort of more of a brown color. So we're just trying to show you some of the variety of bivalves that we have found. And there, of course, is part of an angel wing, and below that is a yellow scallop. So hoping you have enjoyed taking a look at some of the bivalves that I have sat there and found while I have been on Boca Grande.